Hey guys, I'm going to do a flip through of my journal. I do want to say a few things first, so if you're here just for the flip through, you may want to skip the video on a little bit if you don't want to listen to me talk and watch my hands go ooh. So this journal I made on YouTube. I did a video on it, and I'll try and link below so you can see how it was made. It was for my traveller's notebook, and it just has various different inserts in it. This one has kind of seen me through since about May time to now. I have, if you know me and have watched my channel for quite a while, you'll know that I don't just have one journal on the go, I have several. So just in my traveller's notebook I had this insert, which I'm going to do a flip through of, and I had another insert which is more private, like private photos and private writing, that kind of stuff. So I usually have two on the go at any one time in there, and then I have other journals on the go, like my big sort of more messy art journal and kind of thing. So because I've got several on the go and various sketchbooks and things, it's not very often that like some of those other journals get finished, so that's why I don't always do flip throughs on this channel. But this is finished. Traveller's notebook inserts I do tend to finish quite quickly because they're a lot smaller. I have got quite a few that are finished, but a lot of them do have private stuff in them, and so I don't tend to flip through when it's really private. But this one, none of this stuff in here is private, so that's why I'm going to do a flip through of this one. So yeah, just embellished it a bit with enamel dots because I love enamel dots. I love the feel of them, and I just can't help but like touch them. I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. Ooh, misses. So yeah, let's get in and do the flip. I will kind of like chat through it so that you can kind of know what's what. You'll find with a lot of my stuff I show on videos, pencil cases, journals and things, there's always random alpha stickers, because I don't know whether you find it, but alpha stickers just always seem to end up everywhere. So there's no rhyme or reason to that being there, it's just there. So this postcard I was sent by a friend of mine, and I just washi taped that into the front because I really liked it. So this paper, if you've seen the making of this, I have different types of paper in here. Some is it's mainly all De La Rowley paper. Some of it's the mixed media, some of it's the watercolour, some of it is just grid dot. Like 100 GSM paper. It's just a mix, and just because I like working on different papers. So this was just a watercolor. It's just a sketch of someone dancing, a watercolor, and just a quote that I really liked that I found on Pinterest. I like, when I like browse Pinterest sometimes and I save quotes that I like, and sometimes I'll find a quote and it inspires me to write to do a journal page, and so I do the journal page and add the quote. Sometimes I do a journal page and then go looking for a quote. It just depends on what mood I'm in. And the quote itself says, "We dance for laughter, we dance for tears, we dance for madness, we dance for fears, we dance for hopes, we dance for screams, we are the dancers and we create the dreams." I like that quote. This spread you saw me do on a video, so I'm not really going to go through that. There's a couple in here that you have seen me do. I did them on a video and posted them, so you have seen those. So that was one of them, a courgette crazy. You saw me post that one as well. And you saw me post this one. I went on a bit of a frenzy of every time I did a page in here, I recorded it. And yeah, so you saw those three. I'll just flip through them again because I went through them quite quickly. But yes, if you want to see them come to life, check out those videos. There's that one, and that one I did on a video. So you might see a couple of familiar faces in here. In May, I went on a day trip with Daisy, who is My Green Cow here on YouTube, and Geraldine Jane. We went on a Brighton trip, us girls. Had a really awesome time. I've never been to Brighton before, so Loved it. And like my journals are a mix of my artwork, like ephemera, stickers, photographs, writing, whatever. It just all goes in my journal. So there's a little bit of this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I just sort of folded in half because it didn't really fit. Just a photo of us 3 girls, and obviously just a load of stickers and washi tape and stuff. These are ice cream tags. I showed them in a haul that I bought those from Tiger, and they're just really cool little tags, and I stapled those. Some photos I took of the beach. Yeah, absolutely love that washi tape with the Converse. That is just this here is a washi tape, and this is just watercolours, just a little sketch of a face that I did. Some of my drawings and stuff, like sometimes they have sometimes they're deep and meaningful, and sometimes they're just drawing for drawing's sake, you know. Sometimes I just want to sit there of an evening and doodle and paint, and that's what I do. So I've got my acetate there. This is more writing from Brighton trip. The Brighton trip for me is excuse me, as the girls will probably tell you, I was going through a little bit of a time in my life right then, and you probably guess what that's all about. And it was all a bit weird, and the Brighton trip, for me, I was able to connect with people, like-minded people like Geraldine and Daisy, just so get me, and they are my tribe. And it was a really empowering day for me. I kind of got so much from it in so many ways. Those 2 girls are also artistic, and we were just like looking at different art and stuff around Brighton, and looking at, you know, even things like we went to bookshops and music shops and stuff, and just looked at artwork on covers and stuff, and really got inspired from that day. It was just amazing. So that was just a piece of art that I found, and I just loved it, so I stuck it and put it in. A postcard that I bought from Paper Chase while we were in Brighton, so I just tipped that in. It's just got for some photos and my train ticket in there, and on the back of the train ticket I put in a screenshot from a text message with my friend. So while I was in Brighton, right, I have always wanted to have my nose pierced, and I've never got round to it. And I've been saying that, like, this was the year that I was going to get my nose pierced, and I was talking about it with the girls, and I was like, yeah, this year I really want to get my nose pierced. And we were talking about it. Geraldine was like, there's a piercing place there, why don't you go and do it? And I was like, no, don't be silly, you have to book in. And so I went and did it. I literally just went in, got my nose pierced, boom. So yeah, screenshot with my friend. I've done something crazy. Why? What have you done? And yeah, so I popped that in. So the whole trip for me was quite profound. I came back feeling really energized at a time when I was kind of feeling quite low. I came back feeling really energized, really creative, back on the path that I wanted to be on, for both myself in general and on a creative level. And that has kind of influenced the rest of this journal, I think. Something that I haven't done for a long time is ripping out stuff from magazines. And I happened to buy before I went home on the train a magazine. I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't Spirit and Destiny, but I can't remember what it was. And there was just some kind of words in there that spoke to me, so I kind of stuck them down, like inspiration, magic, and I've learned mindfulness. So yeah, I just kind of, just stuck them down. So that was kind of like some inspiration. And yeah, from there on in, I just feel like I was a little bit back to my old self. As I said, I was kind of having I had a bit of a rough year. So this was just, I was sitting in front of the TV. I just had some bog standard cheap kids colouring pens. That was it. Just playing with them. I see a lot of people do these like currently lists all the time, and I never really do those. No reason why I don't, but I've just never really done them, and I just fancied doing one, so I did a currently list, and then tried to kind of illustrate it a bit about me and kind of like what I'm like, So yeah, that's the That is the doodle version of me, babes. So, here you go. This Dreamcatcher was an experiment, my first attempt at drawing a Dreamcatcher. And as you guys know, if you subscribe to the Brimbles box, the September box had Dreamcatchers in. And this was my very first attempt at trying to draw one before I kind of did it properly on, you know, how I would normally do it, if you know what I mean. So that's not how, yeah. So I was kind of pleased with how it turned out. So I redid it again properly for the box. But that's just got some Tombow watercolour brush behind that. And then I've got an Albus Dumbledore quote. It's for in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own. I just really like that. Another kind of like epic kind of thing for me, which kind of had quite a lot of impact on my life, was we entered the Colour Run in London, which was amazing. That was the 12th of June we did that. And it was really amazing experience. I did it with John's brother and John's brother's wife, my sister-in-law, and it was a pretty epic experience. And so in the journal it goes. This one you will have seen most of it because I did a video creating this. I was in the garden and I created this. One thing you'll sort of notice about my, sorry, I was just turning that a bit there. One thing you'll notice about my journal is I do skip around a little bit because it's got different papers in it. If I feel like working on one sort of paper one day, then I'll work on it, and another time I might skip and go to a different sort of paper. So yeah, you saw me create this one. I did this one on a video. And then this skipped forward to like a couple of weeks ago. I did this when we were on a camping trip. This is watercolours, peerless watercolours, and just a micron pen and some stickers. I did this by torch and moonlight, and you know what, considering I had very little light in which to do it in, I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out. So I stuck some stickers on there, and then I had some extra stickers which I stuck on this side, like my Dreamcatcher sticker and my arrow sticker. So I just stuck that on like that page. Just liked it, just wanted to do it. And then, right, this is what I'm saying about like alpha stickers. They turn up all over the place. Like I've got one on the back there as well. A question mark appeared on this page, and I don't know why, but I just thought it was pretty cool for a question mark to suddenly turn up on my page. So I decided to leave it on there because I think it's obviously got some kind of profound meaning. I don't know, maybe not, but I just thought it was really cool that a question mark should suddenly appear, so I left it. A drawing of Alice. Alice in Wonderland also has a lot of meaning to me, a lot of personal meaning, which I'm not going to go into because it's very long and it's very personal and there's lots and lots of elements to it. But I drew this at a significant point in my life where Alice was having a lot more meaning for me, which is why I drew a picture of Alice, and I chose like the Disney version of Alice that everyone kind of knows. But yeah, I won't go into too much about that. Just that Alice has quite a lot of significant meaning for me. Now this page, the authentic me, I posed a question ages ago in the Facebook group about are you your authentic self? And I was going to do a blog post on this, and then I never got round to doing it because I couldn't sit down and actually articulate what I really wanted to put across, and it was really difficult. And so basically, like, and there's a lot of writing there, this, as I said to you about like some changing moments in my life, like having a really bad stressful end of last year, start of this year, to then sort of like from that Brighton trip kind of having a change in my life and a change in how I was feeling. I felt like I was getting back to who I really am. Like I felt like I hadn't been my authentic self, that I had been trying to be someone who I wasn't, that I was trying to conform to what other people thought I should be. And so this is all about kind of getting back to my true self, like even if it's a bit juvenile. Like some people in like real life don't like my online friends get it because they're into stuff like this too. But like in real life, sometimes your friends don't understand why you want to stick troll stickers down and hot pink washi tape and stuff. And it's all about just kind of getting back to who I am and being my true authentic self, which has kind of been like this year I've drifted from that, and now I feel like I'm back to me, back to who I really am. And it all started with the Brighton trip. Yeah, so that's kind of about writing about that, and I wanted to do a blog post on it, but I just couldn't find the right words to talk about it. There's the rest of that acetate. This is a sketch of Peppa Pig, because Peppa Pig seems to be my world now. Miss B loves Peppa Pig. She asks to have it on a lot. She's got Peppa Pig toys. Yeah, she just loves Peppa Pig. And one day, Peppa Pig was on and I sketched Peppa Pig, and then I thought, you know what, I just can't. So I never coloured it in or anything, but I think it's like, that just represents the period of my life at the moment. So that's done. That page is done. I'm moving on. And as I said to you, I skip backwards and forwards in my journal depending on what I'm working on. So like the other day I posted a photo on Instagram saying that I was just using some of my bits and bobs from the June Brimbles box. So this Good Vibes Project Life or journal card was from there. And we were watching a documentary on the telly, which was actually a music documentary where they were going around the world and finding different music from around the world and kind of putting and doing sort of like fusion. And there was a couple of really interesting, there was one interesting quote that came up that I had to write down, and that is, worrying is praying for what you don't want. And then watching that documentary sparked a conversation between me and John. And then John came out with this absolutely amazing quote, which I was like, wait, I've got to write that down too. And this is from John. It happens regardless. If you spend time worrying about it, you're just spending time worrying about it. Which I thought was actually like really profound. You know, we do have those moments in our relationship, you know. This is another one of those don't really know kind of pages. Sometimes when I'm downstairs watching TV and I'm like doing stuff in my journal, I have very limited supplies with me, and I think that's really useful to do sometimes. Like if you I think sometimes you spend too long worrying about what supplies to use and what to put in your journal rather than actually creating something. So I take very limited supplies with me and make those supplies work. You know, just do something with those supplies and make them work for you. Yes. This postcard, Punched Today in the Face, I got that in an order that I bought something from Etsy, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was, who it was from. So I put that in because I thought that was pretty funky. And then I just finished this off recently, because I had this picture that I took of my like painterly fingers that I put create. And this was like following on from like reigniting my creativity. I took this photo and it kind of reminds me about sort of being more creative. And then recently these stickers were from the September Brimbles box. I just decided to add them into it as well. I'm gonna have a drink. So see what I mean about skipping around. This is a page from May, whereas like, you know, it just skips around all over the place, which is fine by me. I like it that way. John and I went on a date night in Cambridge and went out for a meal. And as we were on the way back to the car park, John was paying for the car parking, and there was a a photo booth there. So we just thought it'd be really funny to kind of do an old school moment and go and like take some photos. They're not as good as they used to be. Do you remember going to Woolworths with your friends? That was just awesome. In the 80s and early 90s, I used to go to Woolies with my mates and we used to do like photo booth photos. The quality is just, it's not the same. It's not the same. And what have we got here? Like, oh, I remember putting this favourites in because I had this card and I thought, well, hey, let's use it. So yeah, I just wrote my favourites down and some photos and stuff. Yeah, again, sort of like more more sort of stuff about myself and things. There's a photo of my hand. I had, you know, that I did a video of the, like, Jamboree nail wraps and stuff, and if you like, when was it, 2 years ago, I had an accident, a blender accident with my hand, and I still have like issues with my hand now, but mainly like confidence issues and stuff. So this is kind of about getting over my kind of confidence with showing my hand and stuff. Yeah, my little Nibbles, she unfortunately passed away in June, which is very, very, very sad time for us, because my Nibbles is my baby. So for the longest time I literally just stuck photos in with her, and this week I finished writing. I actually wrote in it a little something, because I just couldn't write. I just don't know. I stuck the photos in, and I just couldn't write anything. That's as much as I could write, you know. That was it. And then last weekend, as I said to you, I've got 2 journals. My mum and dad were over from Italy, which was really, really nice. So went out quite a lot with them, which was lovely. And they got to see Miss B, which was really, really nice. So yeah, I have two journals, as I said. So like the more private stuff is in the other journal, and then this one is just kind of a chance to kind of like use some stickers and things like that. Okay, so this, I'll cover that because it's quite like embarrassing, really. We went on the camping trip, the same camping trip that I showed you the moon earlier in the book. I love these Project Life or journal cards. I absolutely love them. I carry these in the shop, and I was just like, I'm so gonna have these. These are Happy Camper. Stuck it in with some washi tape, and on the other side there's just a photo of the van. We've got a camper van. We've actually got 2 camper vans, but so yeah, we went camping in the van, and I just did this while we were away with just what stuff I had. Just had some stickers and things, and sometimes it's just I just find it really therapeutic sometimes to draw, and other times I find it just really therapeutic to sit and stick, you know, just reckless abandon, like stickers and washi tape and things. So yeah, free spirit, let's run away camping, let's go anywhere, collect moments, not things. So that's what I did when we were camping. And then this page, I discovered Snapchat. I am behind the times, I know. I discovered Snapchat, and I quite liked this deer filter. So I took a photo of myself as a deer, like, and I was trying to draw it because I thought it was kind of cool, like art inspiration. And so yeah, that's just my trying to draw it, which, yeah, not so good, huh? Anyway, that's that. And then that's just the last page. Again, like, as I said, like getting back to who I am. Just be yourself. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are. At the end. So yeah, that's my little flip through, and I hope you found that interesting. And there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.